Welcome to a reaction video. Today we will be reacting on a video of a woman pastor talking about her deconstruction and the effect that a verse in the Bible had on her. Let's get into it.
So I'm an ordained mainline pastor in a very
Problem number one.
progressive denomination. I deconstructed like a decade ago.
Problem number two.
I went to a hella liberal seminary. My evangelical contemporaries would probably say that I'm doing like the devil's work. And I give you this resume for a reason.
Call a spade a spade.
When I was in high school, I hung out with like all the super Jesus-y people because I was super Jesus-y.
Super Jesus-y people.
I had this friend who told me about a sermon his youth pastor gave about worry. And it was from the passage in the Gospels where Jesus says, "Do not worry," like a million times. And apparently his
What passage? It's Matthew chapter 6 from the Sermon on the Mount.
youth pastor didn't go to seminary, or a good one at least, and interpreted that scripture to mean that worry is a sin against God. So my friend was telling me that every
Worry can be a sin against God. That passage in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus is talking about worrying about small things. Specifically, he mentions the food on your plate and the clothes on your back. Obsessing about those small things can be a sin. Jesus never condemns worrying about the health of your family or schooling of your children or anything like that. So small, tiny worrying about things that are superficial and small can be a sin if you let it consume your life.
time we worried, we were sinning. I know that that is not true. I know that that
How does she know?
is a very terrible reading of that passage. I know that mental illness is not a sin as someone who has debilitating anxiety. But when I tell you that that conversation has played such a part in the way that I view my own anxiety, bad theology people up.
Well, that's true. Bad theology messes people up, and I'm sorry that this woman has had such a bad experience with that. It is a bad teaching on that verse. It doesn't mean every single bit of worry is sin, but there certainly are you can sin if you over worry. Yeah, mental illness is real. It's affected many people, but it's obviously affected this woman. She's deconstructed from her faith, which simply means she was never a Christian to begin with. But yeah, I feel for people like this and for her, and we need to guide these people into the light and the true.